Hello everyone. You all are welcome to this wonderful channel where we discuss about astrology, palmistry and spirituality. And my name is Shivam People. I am an astrologer, palmist and your spiritualist, right? So today we are going to discuss about the full moon readings and along with that a very important topic, ancestral healing, the Pitru Paksha. And this full moon has beautifully come into the sign of Pisces, right? And the sign of Pisces clearly tells about your liberation, inner liberation, ending of cycles, liberating yourself from the toxicity, from the toxic relationships, and having a sense of forgiveness, and also understanding your intuitive calling. And the sign of Pisces is a very emotional, loving, and connecting sign. It is also a sign of dreams, right? So, in this time, in this Pitru Paksha or the ancestral healing time for your deceased, make sure that you are making donations in this time. Make sure that you are doing prayers in this time. Make sure that you are abstaining from consuming alcohol or meat in this time period. And it is a time because this full moon is into the Uttar Bhadrapada nakshatra. Now the nakshatra of Uttar Bhadrapada is directly related to the planet Saturn, and the lord of it is Ahir Budhanya. And Ahir Budhanya is a god related to the serpent of the deep seas. It's a form of energy of Lord Shiva, but relating to the serpent of deep seas, and it is also telling about the deep talents which you hold inside yourself. And this also denotes your future, your optimism related to future, blessings and gains after trials, and connections with the past life. So this is a time when you have to focus on releasing unwanted things in your life. And this is a time when you have to feel that inner liberation altogether. And sign of Pisces is also about your 12th house, is also about traveling, moving far away, getting deep into yourself, understanding your intuitive calling in this time period. And since it is the time of ancestral healing, it is very important to follow certain things like having a sense of reverence or doing prayers for your ancestors in this time, feeding the animals, crows, birds to break the curses of your family in this time period, in your lineage, right? Praying to your close ancestors, deceased, to receive their blessings in this time period, right? Because you are your ancestors, right? And having a feeling or having a sense of forgiveness for everyone. And if somebody has troubled you, your elder self or anyone, breaking that negative ties and forgiving everyone around, right? That is the biggest kind of a liberation that you can give yourself in this time period. And most importantly, understanding most importantly understanding the negative traits or emotional disturbances or behavioral traits that are keeping you back, curses that are keeping you back, which you receive from your family genetics, and affirming yourself positively in this time period, right? Because we in our own Vedic culture believe that our ancestors come for these 14 days, right from this full moon till this new moon. The ancestors do come on this realm of earth and are there for us to bless us, to break the curses, and to liberate us, right? So all the donations made in this time or prayers done in this time for them, they are looking at it, right? And they are breaking all those things in this time period, right? And it is completely a time which is dedicated to prayers, liberation and your growth, right? So we believe that one has to avoid consuming alcohol and consuming meat in this time period. And since this moon is in the sign of Pisces, experiencing your inner freedom, your inner joy, right? Releasing your emotions, right? Feeling one with your inner existence, right? The subconscious mind in this time period. And that is very important. Well, this can be the key to unlock the inner prosperity in you. This will be the key to unlock the inner abundance in you, and this will be the key to unlock the inner growth in you and the health in you, right? Because sometimes, you know, we carry that load and blockages in us, and it is a very wonderful opportunity to release all those things, right? And this full moon or these 14 days means differently for each one of the signs, right? Starting from the sign of Aries till the sign of Pisces, it means differently. And remember, here we are talking about the Vedic sidereal signs, not the tropical Western signs, right? We are talking about the Vedic astrology, right? So I'll start with the fire signs till the your water signs. So starting from fire signs, right? Now what are the fire signs? The sign of your Aries, the sign of Leo, and the sign of your Sagittarius. For all these three signs, this new moon is coming in your 4th house, your 8th house, and your 12th house. This is a time when you have to feel your inner liberation. This is a time when you have to sit back and relax, right? Meditating in the peace will be the key for your growth, will be the key for your easiness. And it is a time when you have to relax and sit back with your loved ones, right? Some of you may feel very irritated in this time period, right? So it's a time to sit back and give yourself a break and relax in this time period. And make sure that you are doing all your prayers in this time period. Especially since the South Node is aspecting this moon. So resurfacing of certain memories of the past can create certain anxiety in you. And take it as an opportunity to release all those past memories, right? Or what you can say that what you're carrying it in your patterns, in your traits, in your genetics, and make sure that you are affirming yourself positively in this time period, right? To experience your growth and abundance, right? It's very important to break those traits, behavioral traits that you carry through your family lineage, right? It's very important to break those traits and affirming yourself positively. For this, if you wish to spend some time alone, if you wish to spend some time taking a break, go for it. It is very good for each one of the fire signs, right? The sign of Leo, the sign of Aries, and the sign of Sagittarius. And change is the law of nature, right? So whenever you are experiencing any kind of change or any kind of movement in your things, be very acceptful of it. Be very open to it that, okay, change is coming my way and I am going to transform along with it. That what this time is teaching me. I'm going to experience it and I'm going to accept all the things that are coming to me, and I'm going to grow through this time period, right? So best of luck to all my fire sign people. Now next I'll be talking about the earth signs, right? The sign of Taurus, the sign of your Virgo, the sign of Capricorn, right? For all these three signs, it is a time when this full moon is strongly influencing your arena of communication, your arena of relationships, right? And it will be through relationships that you will be experiencing your emotional transition, right? And it's very important to create a sense of calmness in your environment at home, right? It's very important. And your communication with your loved ones is going to be very important, right? It's very important to maintain a very softer, easier kind of a communication with your loved ones. And this is a time when you can improve upon your conduct with your loved ones, and that will bring in a sense of happiness, growth, well-being in yourself, because some of the earth signs, because of the influence of the north node in the sign of Taurus, have been experiencing a lot of overthinking, over planning, right? Confusions all the way, even in the relationships. And this moon is a wonderful opportunity to release that toxicity, right? Leave the past behind, right? And to start fresh into your things. Since this moon in the Pisces is all about your comfortable place, is all about your comfort zone with your loved ones, where you feel that love and connection all together, right? And it's very important to release that hate with your loved ones in this time, right? As I said, that it is a time of ancestral healing, the Pitru Paksha. So it's very important to do prayers for forgiveness. It's very important to break that negative ties for everyone I'm talking about, right? And especially for the earth sign, if you want to improve your relationships in this time period, simple remedy: do meditation and prayers and sprinkle water around your house, right? After doing the prayers on the water, simply sprinkling the water around the house for calmness, peace, and abundance, right? And this is a right opportunity for you to make your conduct easier, lovable. And if you wish to go for short travels, if you wish to go for certain kind of transition with your loved one or with anyone, please initiate it in this time period. It's good for you. And secondly, for the earth sign people, I do see that this time will bring in quite a lot of growth, abundance, and a kind of a, and you will experience certain sense of hyperactivity, right? So you have to avoid that hyperactivity, or always being staying in that hyperactive mode, and go for a more calmer, relaxed, and a very easy kind of a behavior in this time period, right? So best of luck to all my earth sign people. Now next I'll be talking about the air sign. Now what are the air signs? The sign of Gemini, the sign of your Libra, and the sign of your Aquarius. For all the three air signs, it is a time when you have to understand the importance of your value system. It is a time when you have to understand the importance of your discipline, and it is a time when you have to bring in certain changes related to your public conduct, right? And make sure that you people are sticking to your basic family values, and it is very important to have a very softer way of communication in this time period with all the people around, right? As this air sign of as the air sign people will experience quite a lot of because of the influence of Rahu in the 8th house, 12th house, and 4th house, they'll feel quite a lot of transition around in their house, in their family life, in all the things around, right? And everything is temporary, right? There is no permanency on this earth, right? Neither the good days stay for long, neither the bad ones, right? So take it with lot of ease and with lot of positivity, everything, right? Because this time can be a bit emotionally overwhelming. But as far as finances are concerned, money is concerned, and making a shift or any kind of growth is concerned, you will have all the growth and progress coming your way in this time period, right? So, best of luck to all the air sign people. And secondly, for the air sign people, focusing on your crown chakra is very important. Simply focus on the crown chakra. Feel or picturize a image of flowing water that is giving you peace, and feel that the flow is going all down, right? With the deep breathing, it is going all down and relaxing you, giving you peace and calmness in this time period, right? So do not forget to pray for your deceased, for your immediate loved ones, close ones in this time period, because it's the Pitru Paksha, the time of ancestral healing. And you will see a lot of removal of blockages in your life, right? And this time is good to provide you that kind of liberation, and also breaking your patterns, negative patterns which you may have enhanced from struggles or any of your traits in your family lineage, right? So affirming all those things in a positive way, right? In a positive way, and praying to your close ancestors, right? Immediate relative, right? Your grandparents or any of the parents, right? Who are not there, who have left this earth, or forgiveness, pray for forgiveness, because at times we do not know that, consciously or intentionally or unintentionally, we do make mistakes, and that is very important for all of us to release all that negativity in this time period. Thank you, Varun. Thank you so much. And it's very important for us to release that negativity in this time period. And with this removal of negativity, we can move on the path of abundance, growth, and prosperity, and the path that is given to us through our destiny, right? Because we are not so smart to understand that where our life is moving ahead, right? So that will bring a sense of clarity for everyone. So best of luck to all my air sign people. Now next, I'll be talking about the water sign people. Now what are the water signs? The sign of Cancer, very emotional, loving sign. The sign of Scorpio, the sign, very intuitive sign. The sign of Pisces, a very loving, liberated, right? A very relaxed sign, humanitarian sign basically, right? So for all these three signs, it is a time when you have to, because this full moon has strongly influenced your first house, fifth house, and ninth house. So it is a time when you have to expand and grow your personality, when you have to understand the deeper layers of your emotions and spirituality. It is very important for you to meditate or pray for next 14 days, right? It's very important for you to forgive everyone around your journey, and this can be a miraculous time for you, especially for the ones who are suffering into relationships, who feel that as if they're cursed into relationships or into their prosperity, into their happy family life, right? You can simply do prayers of forgiveness, lighting lamp or candle, white candles every evening, right? And doing your prayers and meditation, and also breaking negative ties with that unwanted emotions in this time period. And I do see that for the water sign, this can be a very progressive time, right? Very progressive, right? It all depends that how clear, right? Because water sign, water is clear, right? Whatever you put in water, it enhances its qualities, or it reflects back, right? So it's very important, you know, because water is the best conductor of everything. What are we are more than 70% of water element, right? So it's very important for you in this time period, all my lovely water element people, water sign people, the sign of Cancer, the sign of Scorpio, and the sign of Pisces, right? For all you people, it is a time to spiritually liberate yourself. It is a time to unblock yourself. It is a time to pray for your ancestors, right? Yesterday, one of the my followers or lady commented that, how can we meet our ancestors? And I would like to remind you that you are your ancestors. You are all that complex combination, or all that, you know result, or the information of the DNA cells, right? That belongs to your ancestors. Once you are praying to them, you are praying to your own cells, to your own basic structure, right? And once you are praying and unblocking them, you are unblocking your abundance, you are unblocking your relationships, you are unblocking your happiness, right? So you are your ancestors, right? It's not the ancestors are any different from us. We are our ancestors, right? And it's very important to forgive them, and by forgiving them, we are doing prayers of forgivingness. We are forgiving ourselves, right? Pray. And it's very important, to have a sense of contributing back to the environment, contributing back to the nature, feeding the crows, feeding the dogs, feeding the animals, right? In this time, to break the curses of the family or the family lineage in this time period till the new moon time, right? Follow this. And along with this thing, for the water sign, I do see that your talents will be growing in this time period. You will experience new and new layers of spiritual growth. You may experience some more, you know, opportunities. You may have some more opportunities coming your way in this time, and they will be very unexpected, right? Surprising for you altogether, right? So be ready for all these things in this time period, right? My lovely, lovely water sign people I'm talking about, right? So now I'll be starting with each one of the signs, right? Starting from the sign of Aries till the sign of Pisces. And we'll be discussing that what this time holds for everyone in this time, right? This full moon, what does it hold for everyone, right? So for the sign of Aries, for the fire sign of Aries, this is a time when you have to understand your inner liberation. This is a time when you have to let it go. This is a time when you have to let go all the when you have to let go all the toxic relationships, when you have to let go all the toxic past memories. And it is a time to forgive, right? It is a time to connect with your intuitive callings, right? And also, because the moon went into the 12th house, manifesting progress coming from far away places, right? Manifesting deep water, right? That is full of abundance and growth, right? And experiencing your inner calmness in this time period, right? Because the moon has come into the sign of Pisces and in the nakshatra of Uttar Bhadrapada, right? Denoting optimism of the future, having good things in life after trials and struggles, blessings coming to you. And also keep a watch on your dreams. The sign of Aries, keep a watch on your dreams. So your dreams today and even in the yesterday or and even tomorrow, they can provide you with certain messages, right? So keep a check on your dreams. And in my opinion, this is also a time when you have to just relax and spend some money on yourself and your loved ones, right? Because it's for you, it is more about your liberation, for your relaxation, right? And as far as work, progress, and everything is going, they are going on their track, right? So don't worry about it. Even the way Venus is placing, it is giving you joy and love, right? And keep your temperament very easy and relaxed because of the Rahu's position in the second house. Some of you can behave in a pretty high-headed manner, and then you may be like, oh, that I'm not doing anything wrong. No, look for your temperament, that how you are behaving with everyone, right? And stay at ease and stay relaxed with everyone, right? That's very important. Otherwise, professionally, things are going on your track, and especially for the people working into the counseling sector, working into the healing sector, or in the medical sector, it is a good time for you, right? So you will be progressing in this time period. So best of luck to the sign of Aries. Now next, we'll be discussing about the sign of Taurus. For the Taurus sign people, the earth sign of Taurus, this is a time when you have to focus on multiplication, when you have to focus on your relationship with people, with your friends, with your conduct outside. And also it is a time when you have to maintain certain cordialness, certain kind of a balance in your relations all around, right? And this balance will bring you quite good growth, right? Quite a lot of freedom from inside. And on the other end, you will also experience in this time period that your circle is expanding in this time. And with the expansion in your circle, you will experience that with time, that your money is also growing, right? Because the moon is strongly influencing your 11th house. And 11th house and the sign of Pisces, coming into the sign of Pisces, it is more about that what you can do good for others, right? And that will reflect back to you, that will multiply for you, right? So doing good to others and maintaining a sense of calmness at your workplace, with your friends, going outside, spending money on them will be good for you in this time period. Yes, abstain from consuming alcohol for next 12-15 days, right, till the new moon, and avoid bad words for other people in this time period, right? Because Rahu placing in your first house, north node, is tricking you at times, is triggering you at times, right? Because you are jumping from things to things at times, right? Calm it down, consume more air, right? Breathe more, relax yourself, set yourself at ease, right? And then look at the picture clearly, right? Even in your relationships, you will experience quite a difference of opinion with your partner, and that's okay. No two people are similar, right? Learn to respect and to give space to others, or to respect the opinions of the others, right? They are mere opinions, right? They're not facts about you, right? Or anyone around, right? You need to just respect that and give that some space, right? That is it. And sprinkling water around your home or around your place will bring in certain sense of calmness and relaxation for all of you, right? And doing prayers related to prosperity, simple words that I am growing, I am prosperous, I am experiencing my positivity, will give you growth in this time period. So best of luck to all my Taurus sign people, right? So next I'll be talking about the sign of Gemini, right? For the air sign of Gemini, right? The natural marketers, the most intellectual ones, right? So for the sign of Gemini, and remember here we are talking about the Vedic sidereal sign. And for you people, it is a time when you have to focus on your crown chakra. It is a time when you have to let all the, let yourself free and let the nature or the, I would say that let the nature or the universe do its job, right? And you, in this time period, your progress and growth will be abundant, right? Listen to me, your progress and growth will be abundant. As the Lord of your first house is placing in the fourth house Mercury, Mars, and Sun, that will keep you hyperactive, that will keep you aggressive, right? On the toes, right? Ready to hit and punch everyone, because and it is aspecting the moon, right? In the sign of Pisces, where the Mercury debilitates, right? So make sure that you are using your words wisely. Your words can create certain sense of blockages in your own progress, right? And maintain your calmness at your workplace, right? Because Mercury placing in the fourth house along with Mars and Sun is fine, right? It's not troublesome. The trouble is when it is aspecting the moon in the sign of Pisces, right? It will create a sense of hyperactivity, right? Fieriness in you, and verbal fieriness, right? So mind your words in this time period. And I would say that naturally, when you will be staying easy and relaxed, progress and growth will come to you naturally. And it is a time to consume more herbs. It is a time to consume more natural things from the earth, because the retrograde Saturn and Jupiter in your 8th house is causing a lot of pressure on your health, especially your gut health and the region below the navel, right? That can be feel some kind of pressure or troubles, and it is very important to avoid very heavy or very foods that are very tough to digest, avoiding them. And I would say that those of you who are into marketing, who are into real estate, who are into some kind of interior decors or management, event management, you people will be growing in this time period, right? And if you are a public speaker or of any kind of public figure, make sure that in this time period you are not overly preparing your speeches, right? Speak with a free flow in this time period, right? Let your real self speak about you in this time period, right? And through that you will do better, right? Without planning, right? Because sign of this Gemini loves planning, and in this time set yourself at freedom and do not go for much plannings in this time period, right? So all my best of luck and wishes to the sign of Gemini. Now we'll be discussing about another wonderful sign, the sign of Cancer, right? For the Cancer sign people, this is a time when you will experience quite a lot of growth and prosperity, abundance and expansion from all corners. And still you may feel emotionally very overwhelmed, right? And I would say that constantly, regularly doing prayers for your ancestor, for forgiveness, for your liberation, and positively affirming yourself in this time period will bring in growth for you, right? Some of you may have quick travel plans in this time period, right? The sign of Cancer I'm talking about, right? And I would say that that will bring in growth for you, that will bring in positivity for you, and it is a time when when while focusing on your spiritual aspect, you will experience your prosperity and growth and inner fulfillment, right? So it's a wonderful opportunity to release all that toxicity of the past, to forgive all the people that have wronged you. Why? Right? By forgiving them, you are setting them at freedom from your life. You're setting yourself free from those blockages, because it's not a pattern of this lifetime, it has been carried on from the past, right? So, by forgiving everyone, by releasing everyone, right, you are ultimately unblocking yourself, right? So that you can expand, so that you can understand your real self, right? Which is very powerful for all of you. If you're listening to this, you are very powerful from inside, right? And that will lead you to your own purpose of life, right? And this full moon cycle can be something that will take you towards understanding more about your purpose of life, that why my life has been this way and what is the real purpose of my life. And that is the most important thing, my lovely audience, and that is the most important thing in your journey of life, right? You may undermine it, right? We may believe that, oh, that I want to do this thing or that thing, right? But you may have very beautiful gifts, you may have very beautiful things coming your way, and by not understanding the will of the supreme or the will of the higher forces, you may, ignore that thing, and this time will get you back onto the purpose of your life. It will bring you back on your track. For my lovely sign of Cancer, and remember, we are talking about the sidereal Vedic astrology sign, right? And I would say that prayers to the female ancestors and even to the male ancestors will bring in prosperity, growth, and much freedom for each one of you, right? So start with your prayers, start with your energization, start with your own alignment, right? So best of luck to the sign of Cancer, right? Next, I'll be talking about the mighty, right, honest, a very friendly, supportive, king-like sign of Leo, right? For the Leo ascendant, for the Leo rising, this is a time, for the Leo sign people, this is a time when you will be experiencing a lot of changes in your life, and you may, for certain days, you may have to take 2 steps back and analyze the whole situation, right? And be open to the changes coming your way, right? And there is a secret, a secret kind of energy working for you in this time period. Since this moon is in the 8th house, there is a very deeper kind of a blessing working for you in this time period. And once you overcome your fear, you will have certain kind of surprises, right? Certain gains from somewhere. And since this moon is in the 8th house, so these today and tomorrow can be a bit overwhelming for you, right? Emotionally. And it is important to look at the brighter sides of things, right? Because you're naturally a warrior every time, right? And since your Lord of the first house has moved into second, don't be worried about your finances. Don't be rude or rough in your speech, right? Maintain your dignified character in this time period. Carry that leadership qualities, right? And you will see that even in this time period that you are growing, you are expanding as a personality, and it all depends that how you perceive this whole situation, right? Because changes either in your job profile and in your personal spheres are coming your way, right? And don't resist them in this time period. Rather, go along with the flow in this time period. Go along with the flow, and that will provide you with more abundance and growth in this time period. And I would say that some of you have been willing, since it is Mars, Mercury and Sun in the second house, being the Lord of the first house placing in the second house. So some of you have been planning certain things related to the investments until the 6th or the 6th of October, or this new moon, till the new moon, when we have the time of ancestral healing or the Pitru Paksha, you are not going to make any of the new investments or the starts in this time period. Carry on with your work in this time period, what you have been doing it from the past, right? Bring in certain changes, because I see that you will evolve certain things or bring in certain changes in your strategies, and that is fine, right? Change may look tough in the starting, but will provide you with more good results or positive results later on. So don't resist those changes, right? And I would say that doing prayers to release the toxicity, to release any kind of struggleful, negative emotional patterns, behavioral traits which you may have received from your lineage or anywhere around, right? So releasing that, doing your prayers will bring in more and more abundance for each one of you, right? So best of luck to all my Leo sign people. Now next, I'll be discussing about the sign of Virgo, right? For the sign of Virgo, this is a time, again, when you have to work on your relationships, when your communication is the most important thing. And this also relates to your public house, your public conduct, that how you behave with everyone, right? Staying calm and loving with everyone will bring in new growth and abundance for you, right? And create a sense of calmness even in your office environment, right? And your public image, right? Manifest yourself in a very positive public image. Don't stay worried about it, but manifest yourself in a very positive public image, right? That I am unblocking myself. I'm talking with everyone with a lot of ease and respect in this time period. And I would say that since the Sun, Mars and Mercury are placing in the first house, don't have this sense, ego of I, me, myself, right? Right? You can carry that kind of a temperament, right? And that can bring you down. Use that energy into leadership qualities. Use that energy into, taking strong decisions in this time. And I would say that it's more important for you to spend more time with your loved ones or with your life partner, sorry, and also having a very easy kind of a communication with everyone, Because the good thing is that the Venus placing in your second house, house of finances, uh, assets, right, both movable and immovable, is providing you with opportunities. And for the ones who are working into showbuzz business, into online things, into media, mass media, right? Sales. And again, because it's the earth sign, anything related to creation along with it, you will have certain gains in this time period. Your conduct will take you far in this time period. For all my earth sign of Virgo, I'm talking about, right? And since the south node is placing in the third house, so most of you will be keeping a distance from your relatives, from your cousins, from them, right? And it's very important, to not have those blockages with them, but rather having a positive communication. Even if you're not talking to them, have a sense of positivity, good wishes for everyone around you, right? That will reflect back to you. And for my lovely earth sign of Virgo, that you have not been meeting good people, even in your professional field or in your personal sphere, that you have been getting along with bad company more, right? Who have been tormenting to you and disturbing to you in this time period. You are, just like your friend circle or the people with whom you hang around, you become like them, right? So choosing right kind of people or friends in this time period is very important. If you do not find them, stay alone, right? That is a better option in this time period. And I would say that this is a time when you are also unblocking your talents. This is a time when you are understanding the barriers that you have been facing in the past, and you will grow in this time. The best thing is that you will grow in this time, right? Understanding the barriers, you will grow in this time. So best of luck to all my sign of Virgo, right? So next we'll be discussing about the sign of Libra, right? The balanced sign of Libra, right? For the Libra sign people, this is a time when you have to focus on doing good to everyone, right? This is a time when you have to focus on your routine. This is a time when you have to serve people around you, as this moon is activating your sixth house, right? And this moon is more about having a sense of servitude, helpfulness towards everyone, right? And you are just a vessel of love, right? Since the Venus is placing in the first house, right? So your personality will polish in this time period. Your personality will charm in this time period. And with this Venus coming in the first house, affirming yourself that you are a vessel of love, right? You are nothing but all love. And with this moon placing in the sixth house, it is very important to have a strong sense of servitude towards everyone, right? Setting your routine right in this time period, making it sure that you promise yourself that for next till the next new moon, you are going to be very punctual into everything, right? And with this moon, you also have to create a discipline in your diet, right? Especially the one who have troubles related to cold and cough, right? Consuming right kind of food in this time period and believing always that you are nothing but a vessel of love, right? In this time period, for my lovely sign of Libra I'm talking about. And some of you may experience a lot of uneasiness in your family life. Some of you may experience a lot of thunder and storms coming from the side of your partner. That's okay, right? As I said that no times are same, right? Everything changes. Since the Uranus in retrogression is teaching you tough lessons in the sign of your Aries is teaching you tough lessons related to partnership, right? It's okay, but that is more to push you towards your spirituality, to push you towards understanding that there is more to life just than having a partner or anything. There is more to life, right? And I would say that focus more on the art of giving, right? The more you give, the more you forgive, the more you will grow in this time period. My lovely sign of Libra, I'm talking about. Be a vessel of love. Be a vessel of, that unconditional love. Not a love filled with lust, greed, and a feeling of reciprocation. No. Love is love. Love is all about giving, my lovely audience, right? Yes, in relationship we do have expectations, but real love is all about giving. Feel that, in the morning, feel that, you are a vessel of love, that you are nothing but love, right? And once you start to feel that, you are unstoppable, right? Nothing can stop you in this time period. And I make sure that you are setting right kind of patterns in this time, breaking your old bad habits, right? Doing prayers for it and enhancing your new positive self this full moon, right? Prayers related to the deceased, prayers related to your ancestors will be very beneficial for you people. So best of luck to all the sign of Libra, right? Now we'll be discussing about the sign of Scorpio, right? For the sign of Scorpio, this is a time when your poor punyas or the karmas of the past lives or the past are activating, your deeds are activating. It is a time when donations done, prayers done will benefit you in many folds, right? This is a time to unlock your real talent, right? Not the talents that you through your logics or through your outermost layer of brain, right? Cause and effect relationship, intellectual energy, you believe it, no, but the supernatural talents, right, which are inherited in you, right? So you people will be growing them in this time period. And it is also a time when you have to unlock the doors of love and learning, right? You know why fifth house is the house of love and also the house of education, right? Love teaches us a lot of lessons, right? And with this fifth house is also the house of higher learning, higher education. And fifth house is also the house ninth from the ninth house, right? Ninth house is the house of spirituality in this lifetime. That how we will look at things, how we will perceive things. And fifth is the ninth from the fifth house, deeper spirituality, past deeds, right? Ninth is the father, and fifth is the grandfather, the ancestral lineage, right? So moon coming into this house, praying to your male ancestral lineage to give you wisdom and right direction in this time period, right? And the fifth house is, in that sense, the fifth house is more about the activation of your talents by doing these prayers simply to your ancestors, lighting candles, white candle in this time during the night time, because most of you have taken readings from me. So do these mantras which I have given you till the next new moon, right? This whole time is all about ancestral healing, liberating yourself, right? And through this, you will experience your freedom, you will experience your growth. And I would say that perfect. And I'll say that it's very important because fifth house is naturally ruled by the sign of Leo. So lighting fire, right? Lighting Agni, the candle or the oil lamp, and doing prayer along with it, and burning herbs will give you lot of liberation and unblocking in this time period, right? And that will activate your love life, that will activate your talents, and that will open up your or clear the blockages in the journey of your life in this time period for my lovely sign of Scorpio. And we are talking about both rising and moon sign, right? Both of them, right? So this ritual and these practices can be very helpful for you. And I do see that, some of you have been keeping very blocked with your communication with your people around you, with your, maybe not the immediate family, but circle, your cousins, your family, the outer family, right? You have been keeping just up to yourself. No, be communicative, talk with everyone with a lot of ease and love. Since Ketu is in the 8th house, is in the sign of Scorpio for now, right? You may experience unwanted confusions or duality in your mindset, right? Duality, that being undecisive, even duality and undecisiveness in this time period, right? Set it on the side, right? Just focus on the prayers and meditations which we have discussed. And in the end, I'll be discussing about the rituals and prayers specific, and they can be done specifically for the healing and unblocking and also the abundance, right? So stick around till that time, right? And it's very important to utilize this supreme time, right? It's very important in this time period. So best of luck to the sign of Scorpio. Now we'll be discussing about the fiery sign of Sagittarius, right? The most honest, the sign of dharma, that is the righteousness, right? Ethical, morality, all things are related to the sign of Sagittarius, that is ready to protect the dharma, right? And for the sign of Sagittarius, this moon is strongly influencing the 4th house. Now the 4th house is house of our comforts, our comfort zone, and is also the house of our family, right? No matter how much wealth or how much money or how much stature we gain, if we do not have a relaxed family life, we always feel troubled, we always feel anxious, and we get back to the ground or the ground zero if we feel that we are suffering through this journey, right? And this full moon is bringing your focus back to the family, to the loved ones, to your maternal lineage, right? Activating your feminine side, activating your loving side, right? And it is very important for you to connect with your loved ones, with your family, right? With your own people, with your own tribe, right? You, no matter how much you try to separate yourself from them, you are from that tribe, right? You cannot change something until you accept it, right? Acceptance is the first step. Acceptance is the first step to move towards the change, right? So be acceptful for all the relations, acceptful and thankful for all the relations that you have by the essence of birth, and be nurturing and loving, motherly to everyone around you in your family, right? It is a time then when you can go out and do family rituals. It is a time when you can do prayers at your home, right? It is a time when doing prayers at your home will give you immense pleasure, easiness, unblocking, right? And pray for the peace and abundance in your family, right? If some of you are willing to buy a house, or if you are willing to buy a car, or if you are willing to buy a, anything of your comfort, big, some big money involving, right? Manifesting it in this time, but avoid buying till the new moon, right? And right after the new moon you can go for that thing, right, in this time period. And imagining yourself getting back to the womb of your mother in this time period, right, and experiencing that ease in emotions, right? What does, when a child comes out, what is the first thing that it does, right? It cries, right? It cries that, oh my Lord, where have I come, right? It cries outside, right? Because the womb of your mother is the most relaxed and the most safest place, where you are gaining abundant downloads, where you are. It's not that with with your navel, or with that, what we placenta, what we call it, you're just connected through her body and gaining that energy. No, you are deeply connected with the universe in that time, right? And later on, with time we forget all those memories, right? That is the agony of this life, right? We forget all those memories, but reconnecting with the womb of your mother, reconnecting, feeling that connection of love, no matter how hard or struggled relation you have with her, right? Reconnecting with that energy in this time period will provide you with blessings, will provide you with a lot of unblocking, and will lead you on the path of growth. And professionally, you will be very sound, right? You will be rock solid, because the combination of Sun, Mars and Mercury are benefiting you. You will be quick in your decisions. And also, I would say that it's a time to lead, right? Lead from the front in this time period, right? And you are no less than anyone in this time, right? And secondly, keep a check on your words, because Jupiter coming in retrogression along with Saturn in the second house can at times give you a very rough speech. Avoid that, right? Avoid that, and just focus on speaking positive with everyone. So best of luck to all my Sagittarius rising moon sign people, right? Now next I'll be discussing about the sign of Capricorn, right? Now for the sign of Capricorn, this is a time when you have to focus on your relationship, when you have to focus on your public conduct, when you have to focus on the words that you speak. You are your words, right? You are nothing more or less than the words that you utter or the words that you speak. And it is very important for you, the sign of Capricorn I'm talking about, to be optimistic about the things in your life, right? Because the coming of Saturn and Jupiter in your first house, in the house of personality, is bringing in a lot of transformations, right? Something can be true to you. You may feel that this is the truth, right, today. And after 10 days, you may find something larger and deeper, right? Because as Gautam Buddha said, that truth is relative. It's a relative concept, right? It's not an absolute concept, right? It depends from the reference point, from where you are looking at the things, right? It's never absolute, right? And allowing all the changes coming your way. And secondly, you have to write down positive affirmations. Write 7 positive lines about your family, about your abundance and prosperity coming your way, right? Although you may not see the light in the dark tunnel where you are stuck, right? But the light is there, if a blind man cannot see the sun, because when we are into struggles and troubles, we turn blind to certain things, right? If a blind man cannot see the sun, it does not mean that the sun is not existing, or it is not there, right? It's there, right? And it's in the very same way, there is always hope. There is always something better lying for you. And for you, it is very important to affirm yourself positively in this time period, as your third house is activating in this time period. And feeling your connection with the people around you, right? With your loved ones. Call them, talk to them, ask about their well-being in this time, right? Ask that how are they. Talk to them in this time period, right? And even if you may not get your expected responses, right? But still, universe will work positively for you in this time period, right? And also with your prayers, because third house is also the right hand. This is why I tell you that journal down or write down your affirmations and speak it through your words. And even while praying, focus on your right hand. Feel as if your right hand is activating, is becoming the hand of prosperity, right? In this time period. And offering feed to crows, dogs, and animals in this time period with your right hand, right? That will be beneficial for all of you in this time period, especially the sign of Capricorn we are talking about, right? And yes, the sign of Capricorn, you will be laborious, you will be hardworking even in this time, and don't feel that pressure or feel overloaded because of all the things happening in your life, right? So that's okay if everything is going on. Take it with ease, take it as a lesson, take it as a learning, right? We are just visitors on this earth. We are no permanent members on this earth, right? We are the visitors. Enjoy your journey, right? Very important. Make it meaningful. Make it count, right? And it is that I do see that you will be progressing in this time period, as Venus is also very helpful for you in this time. And your communication will be the key. Your positive affirmations will be a strong key for you, the sign of Capricorn, right? So best of luck to all my Capricorn sign people. Bring calmness in your environment, right? So best of luck to you. Now next we'll be discussing about the sign of Aquarius, right? For the sign of Aquarius, I know that this reading is very long, right? But it is the way it is, right? And because I do not speak out of my own understanding or intellect. Whatever I'm intuitively feeling along with my calculations, I'm speaking about it, right? And I just draw birth charts, that is it. I do not write anything else, right? It is all with the flow what I speak. So next we'll be talking about the sign of Aquarius. For the sign of Aquarius, it is a time when you have to understand your basic value system, right? For the sign of Aquarius, it is important for you to connect back to the roots, right? Your basis of life, right? your basis of lineage, right? And it is important, for you to maintain that sense of belongingness with your family as well as your soul family, right? Because it is the second house, right? You are nothing but the value system or what you inherit from your family, right? And the second house is also the house of wealth, is also the house of growth, and is also the house of movable and immovable assets, right? You know, and this also relates to your positive speaking about your money and abundance, right? It is a time when prayers related to money and abundance will benefit you. It is a time you have to envision as if your assets or your things are multiplying, right? And you will see that with the passage of time that your things are growing in this time period. Since the Lord of the first house is placing in the 12th house along with Jupiter, it is also very important to maintain detachment with materialism, right? To maintain a sense of detachment with the fruits of your hard work, right? And it is only then when you will feel that joy, when good results will be coming your way. And Jupiter and Saturn coming in the 12th house is more about good for people into the counseling business, people into studies overseas, into who have to move around, artists. It's very good for them. And also the ones working into the construction, it can be good for them. And especially the sign of Aquarius is a humanitarian sign, right? So one or the other kind of humanitarian involvement into things will be very beneficial for you people. And because the Neptune is also ruling your sign of, has come into the sign of Aquarius. So again, this full moon, do not forget to practice water rituals, right? Even while bathing, feel as if you are being cleansed, right? All the negativity is going away, right? Because this full moon is into the sign of Pisces, water, fishes, deep water, right? Flow, right? Water element. And the Lagna Lord is placing in the 12th house, but this moon is placing in the second house. The inner freedom will bring in financial growth, right? The inner freedom will bring in calmness and peace in the family, right? And also 12th house relates to the crown, the highest most kind of intelligence, right? First house is what you reflect, what you are, right? 12th house is the hidden, right? So focusing on your crown chakra in this time period, and imagine flowing water from here and soothing, calming your whole body, right? Understanding the power of water element in your body, right? Why water element? Because moon is in the sign of Pisces, right? Pisces, and we are more than 70% of water element. All the secretions in the mind, all our glands are directly connected to water. And even again intuitively it came to me, all the ones who are suffering from any kind of disorder related to thyroid, or any kind of troubles related to secretion of the glands, or sleep troubles, right? Doing prayers for your sleep forgiveness this moon cycle, right? And you will feel that your sleep is improving in this time period. And you can also consume turmeric, regularly in this time period, right? That is again very beneficial for you, and feeling while meditation as if you're going into a deep sea or deeper layers of your mind, right? Manifesting that, and that will bring in more clarity in your mindset, right? So best of luck to everyone. Now I'll be discussing the, the sign which is most influenced by this full moon, the sign of Pisces. For the sign of Pisces, this full moon is bringing in lot of expansion, newer self, right? A renewed self of yours. And also with the starting on the full moon day, it can be emotionally overwhelming for you, and with the passage of time you will get better, stronger, and energized, right? And for you, my dear lovely people, it is very important to manifest unblocking of the things which you have been thinking as if they are not, I'm not made for this, right? Whether it is love, relationship, whether it is your finances, whether it is your abundant growth, whether it is receiving love, right? Release all those things emotionally and doing prayers, right? Understanding your deeper layers. And for you, the sign of Pisces, this time can be very transformatory. This time can bring in a lot of renewed energy. And since it is coming in the first house, right? It will bring in a lot of growth in your personality. And you are the magnet, right? You are the source of everything. Trust your own personality to grow your things, right? Hello, namaste, to grow your things. And also in this time period, make sure that you are aligning yourself with the cosmos, with the higher self, right? And that will bring in all the abundance which you need to have in this lifetime. And all these things is directly related to the enhancement of your personality. All these things is directly related to grow your real self. Yes, the full moon was yesterday and day before yesterday, and this thing will take you far, right? Because you may feel as if you're just a small being into this whole universe. No, you are much larger and bigger than that, right? You may find yourself all by yourself. No, but while activating your inner self, when you start to activate your inner love, inner motherly behavior, you start to connect with everyone in this time period. And especially you can use your crystals for your cleansing, right? And this is for especially for the sign of Pisces, for all the water signs, and for everyone, right? You can use all the moonstone crystals or the crystal that you use for your healing and your liberation and your growth, right? No growth and abundance comes without unblocking yourself, right? You may be good with finances, but you may feel all alone and disturbed in your mind, right? What's the fun of that money coming to you, right? So it's very important to be at peace and liberated from inside, right? And after that, let all the money and abundance along with that come to you, right? Then you start to attract more and become a magnet, become a vessel of attraction, nurturance in this time period. Even for you, doing this meditation is all about liberating yourself and growing your personality, because the first house, the rising house, right? So it's very important for you that way. And also it is that the Lord, the Lord of the fifth house is placing in the fifth Lord of the fifth house, that is sign of Cancer, is coming in the first house, Moon. So this is a very strong combination, right? That is activating your talents. You will be enhancing more knowledge. You can do something very ideaful in this time period once you start with it, right? And also new opportunities related to profession will come your way in this time period. So best of luck to my lovely sign of Pisces, right? So now, as this full moon has come into the sign of Pisces and into the nakshatra of Uttar Bhadrapada, right? So this full moon is all about liberation, letting it go, is all about leaving the toxic relationships and cycles, having a sense of forgiveness. As this moon cycle is all about ancestral healing, so praying for the well-being of your deceased, right? So that they stay happy in their realms, and also breaking the old patterns, right? So somebody asked me that, in the comments, that how can we meet our ancestors, right? You are your ancestors, right? Start praying, start working upon yourself. You carry all that DNA, all that energy of your ancestors. And for the Pitru Paksha, that is the ancestral healing time, feeding the crows, feeding the dogs, feeding the animals is very good to break the curses of the family or in your lineage, right? Praying to your close ancestors and deceased to receive their blessings, right? And having a sense of forgiveness, even if someone has hurt you, forgive them and break those negative ties, right? And this is, although this moon is in the sign of Pisces, but this is a very wonderful opportunity also to cleanse your solar plexus, the fire chakra, because the Pitrus or the ancestors, the male lineage is directly related to the solar plexus, right? Or the Manipur chakra, right? So for that, as I said, that lighting a candle in front of you and praying for the liberation and easiness of your ancestors and releasing all the blockages and focusing on your solar plexus and how it will help you. It will enhance your confidence. It will build up your immunity. Yes, that's the beach. It will build up your immunity. It will give you more leadership qualities, right? And also it will bring more control on your body, right? On your anger, on your frustration, and even with your breath, right? The solar plexus. And that will also bring in more clarity into your life, right? That is very, very important. So simply chanting the mantra Om Ram Jagre Safote Om Fat, right? I'll repeat it. Listen to me very carefully, right? Or if you want to screen record it, do it. Om Ram Jagre Safote Om Fat. 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 And this mantra produces a lot of energy, a lot of fire in you, right? Or you can simply say Om Ram Om. Om Ram Om, right? But this whole mantra has a very special significance. If it is possible, practice this mantra starting on Thursday. You have to do it on Thursday, early in the morning during the sun time, for 30 minutes, if not 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? This full mantra. If you're not able to pronounce this full mantra, then you have this liberty to simply chant Om Ram Om, Om Ram Om. But this is a very ancient mantra, the one I am telling you, right? It has special significance to unlock the energies in you, right? Om Ram Jagre Safote Om Fad. And I hope that with my chanting you may have realized that how powerful this mantra is. And those of you who have screen recorded it, or I'll be saving this session, screen record this part and you can replay it while putting the AirPods. This screen record it and you can replay it while putting the AirPods, this mantra, right? So this is a mantra for your liberation, to burn the deeds or the malefic karmas, bad deeds of the past, which you may have wantedly, intentionally, unintentionally done it, right? That's okay, right? So you can practice it simply, these mantras, right? Because at times we may feel that, oh, I'm suffering in this thing, right? But we do not realize that what wrong we had done, that why we are getting through this thing, right? So we won't fall into that right and wrong kind of a concept. That is again relative, right? So no, practice this mantra till the next new moon, till the coming new moon, right? Try from the Thursday till the new moon, right? Very beneficial for you. And it shouldn't be that, someday you're doing 30 minutes, the next day you're doing 2 minutes. No. Be consistent. If you're doing it 10 minutes, do it 10 minutes every day. If you're doing 15 minutes, do it 15 minutes, right? You have all the freedom. And along with this thing, for your abundance, for breaking the chains, blockages related to your prosperity, abundance, growth, and happiness in your life, family life, right? The first one, you have to do it. Second one is optional. Simply chanting Om Shreem Harim Om, 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 right? Simple remedies, right? They are very helpful. I'll be saving this live session so you can screen record it again, right? And simply chanting this mantra for 5-7 minutes, nothing more than that, right? Will give you with a lot of abundance, liberation and easiness, right? And you will feel that your path are clearing up, right? And no matter how many mantras or everything you do, till the time you're not focusing what's in your brain, what's in your mind, your thoughts, right? Nothing will work in your favor. So try to release all those negative patterns of the past, behavioral traits that are creating hindrances in your abundance, and positively affirm yourself, right? As this full moon into Pisces is all about your liberation and growth, right? So with this, on this positive note, I hope that this moon cycle brings in a lot of prosperity, clarity, growth, blessing and abundance in your life. And those of you who wish to book a reading with me, you are always welcome. You can directly send me a DM, direct message me, or you can simply email me, right? And as and when availability is, on first come first serve basis, right? So we'll be having the reading, right? I hope that again that this moon cycle liberates you, sets you on the path of the freedom, makes you understand the real purpose of your life, and brings in happiness, abundance and growth, right? So take care, my lovely audience. God bless you. Have a very, very lovely week, lovely moon cycle, right? Take care. Bye bye.